Hello YouTube, me behind the camera is Snipingest Fun, and I welcome you all back to my next video on present all of you here on YouTube. This series of videos I've been wanting to do for a while, and I know way back when, years ago, like when I was in college, I did a series of these videos when I showed off my collection. I remember doing the videos when I was showing off my various game collections and whatnot, but I haven't done one of these in a long time in my collection over the years. Given that I am an anime fan, a big anime fan, I mention that a lot on my YouTube videos sometimes, because I have really, over the last X amount of years, been doing anime-related videos alongside my video game-related videos. My anime collection has grown a lot since I've been in college. These 5 containers, this container down here, and I have VHS stuff somewhere too, so that might be included by the end of this, but I'm going to make each container pretty much its own separate part in this video series. And I just wanted to show all of you. If you've never seen the old video series from years back, this is all going to be new to you. If you have and you've been subscribed to me since then or watched the videos back then and have come across these, some of these older containers, especially these big ones over here, will pretty much be, and I think that one too down here, will be a lot of refresher retreads for you, but I want to show it anyways. All my old stuff, all my new stuff, my entire updated anime collection as it looks right now, my physical anime collection at least, and show you as an anime fan what I own. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you watch this and maybe put in the comment section what you guys think about my collection and what you think I should buy, and out of my collection, what guys do you guys want to buy, stuff you want to buy. So yeah, let's just start with this container down here because it's a nice simple start for a part 1. And the first one over here is a series I talk about a whole heck of a lot, and I've been a fan of. It's probably one of the first anime I ever got into, and I talk about it a whole heck of a lot, and that is Sailor Moon. This is the Super S movie, which is actually pretty good, but I never seen any of the Sailor Moon movies until Viz started dubbing the series. I always, when I grew up, I was watching the D Cloverway stuff. Well, mostly D. I didn't really get into Cloverway till later on. But I never seen any of the movies at the time. So to actually get the movies now in the collection, since Viz has started redubbing years ago and getting the complete series now, it's cool to actually finally have this. And the Super S movie is actually pretty good. I would probably consider it my favorite of the 3 movies. The other 2 are good too, but I think this one was probably the better of the 3, personal opinion, and it was actually a pretty good movie. And if you're a Sailor Moon fan and you haven't watched it yet, I would suggest watching it. We over here have Robotech, a movie 2-series movie collection. I'm not super familiar with the Robotech series because I've never actually watched any of them, but I have the movies here, which is The Shadow Chronicles, which I think is a classic movie. It is certainly an older art style, and Love, Live Alive, which is pretty much a new movie that came out around the time this I think was released. I love me some mech anime. I especially love Gundam. That's the go-to one, I think, for a lot of anime fans, especially outside of Japan. And Robotech's a good series in of itself. I want to get into the original series, which is on Netflix. And this is a good selection of movies. And if you like giant freaking robots or mech suits, mecha anime, you can't really go wrong with, the Robotech series. Right here, we have series I have not opened yet, but I got it from Best Buy a couple years back, and I've been wanting to watch it. Shiki, I heard good things about it. It's on the Save collection. I like dark anime. Sometimes I like dark storylines, and this is very vampiric and, bloody and creepy gothic horror type stuff. I'm looking forward to watching this. I just kind of got it on the whim, oh, it's on sale, I can get it, cool. I've been wanting to get into this series on Hulu for a long time, and I never decided to watch it, and now I have a physical release of it, and I'm looking forward to watching it, but I do know technically what the story is mostly about, and if you like gothic anime, this is really the one for you to kind of watch, and it's pretty good, as far as I've been hearing. Right here, we have a 3 complete series I got for $5 at Best Buy. I bought this mostly because of the price, and the series art styles and the stories sound pretty cool, but I've never heard of any of these anime. Now, I don't know if that's because they're all minor anime, or I'm just not super familiar with a lot of anime, because I could actually believe that being actually true. There's a lot of anime out there, and as a big anime fan as I am, I'm actually, I look at it, I'm well, I didn't know about that, because I'm not super up to date on everything, and I obviously didn't watch a whole heck of a lot back when I was younger, or didn't have the ability to with the internet or whatever. But these 3 series look pretty cool. I don't know if they're just very minor series or I just never heard of them. But they all had pretty interesting stories. The art style and the price, I can't beat the price. I don't know a single thing about these series. But for $5, I got 3 series I could watch, which I haven't watched yet. But, cool. I got these series to watch: Viper's Creed, Kurozuka, and Ultraviolet Code 044. If you watched any of those series, let me know. Like, do you guys like these series? Would you recommend them? I'm looking forward to watching them regardless, but, you know, the price-wise is what got me on that. I'm a sucker for getting stuff on sale. We have Sakura Wars, which is another series I've bought, haven't watched yet, but I am familiar with the game series, at least 1 or 2 games in the game series. Kind of looking forward to the new game coming out this year, but this is more based off like the classic cast of characters. And I'm like, I bought this off Best Buy online. I'm like, you know what? I've never seen the Sakura Wars anime, so let me give it a whirl. And I heard it's pretty good. It's a more, I don't know when this came out, like early 2000s. It is an older anime. Just give me a year on this thing. No, not really. But Sentai Filmworks, they do good dubbing. The series I've heard good things about, and Sakura Wars is a game series I am somewhat familiar with, so win-win, I'm going to give it a shot. We have Dot Hack Roots, which in my opinion is actually better than Dot Hack Sign, and I know a lot of anime fans would probably want to kill me for saying that. I like Dot Hack Sign, but I thought it was a little too melodramatic, even though I know that's the premise of it. I know it's the whole freaking point of it, but still, Dot Hack Roots was a good series. Dot Hack Sign is a good series, but Dot Hack Roots is one I enjoyed a lot more. I like the characters a little bit more, and it's a little bit more, I think, more energetic and more, I don't know, likable characters, I probably could say. And then it's a little more connected to like the games, I think, too. So, which I do have a little bit of a connection to. I have played 1 or 2 of them, even though I never beat them because the games get freaking hard. Here's a classic for you: Astro Boy, the original Astro Boy. I think it's the original. Is it the original? No, it's the 2003 one. But the original still is really good too, which I still want to get that. But I was about to say this is the 2003, which I do recall being a good series. I do remember watching a little bit of that series back in the day. And I'm like, it's a classic anime. It's not the original Astro Boy, but it is a classic anime. And I am looking forward to watching it more, like, you know, completing the series. I've never seen the entirety of it. I've seen like episodes here and there, I think, when it was back showing it around. You know, Astro Boy. It's if you're an anime fan and like the classics, I'd say give this a shot. It's not the original, but it's still really good. And it's an original character. It's one of the more classic anime characters. We have, even though this is not the actual anime version of it, it is based off a manga. It is based off an anime, and that's Alita Battle Angel. The movie is actually really good. And I actually watched scenes and seen, like, read manga scenes, even, like, you know, screens and whatnot, panels of the Alita manga and the anime. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I want to actually now go out and watch that and read that. I wanted to give this anime support when this movie was coming out, and it's actually really good, and it's gotten me interested in actually watching the actual anime movie OVA series from back in the day. You know what? I'm looking forward to it. And if you've seen this, I'd say recommend watching the anime too, because it does look really good, and I think there's some stuff they couldn't do in the movie that I think was in the anime series. Here is a double movie thing too I got from Best Buy. 2 classic movies, Metropolis and Memories. I have yet to watch Memories yet, but Metropolis is so really good. And like I mentioned about Astro Boy, it's from the creator of Astro Boy. He made the manga Metropolis, and they animated the movie back in, I think, 2001-ish. These are 2 classics. And Metropolis was really, really good, and I loved it a lot. I haven't watched Memories yet. Yeah, there's a few anime in my collection. I'm sorry I haven't watched yet, but I kind of jump back and forth between my own collection, Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, and all that stuff. I try to vary it up a little bit when I'm watching my anime. But still, if you guys have not seen Metropolis, I would strongly recommend that. I'd strongly recommend Memories too, because I've heard good things about it. But I have actually seen Metropolis, and I would recommend that. It's a really good movie. We have the first Studio Ghibli movie in this video, and that goes to The Red Turtle. One of the newer Studio Ghibli movies, I think right before about the time they closed down, even though the creators are still now doing movies as their Studio Ponic and everything. The Red Turtle. It was okay. I actually quite liked it. I liked the whole, it was more of a visual aspect movie with like sound effects to like the real world. There was like very smidge voice acting, like 1 or 2, maybe 3 lines. It was more of a visual aspect about this guy lost on, he pretty much was trapped on the island, and just about him trying to survive and everything. It was a pretty good movie. I give it a shot. It's not the best Ghibli movie, but, you know, I have to give it credit. It It was enjoyable. And if you like Studio Ghibli movies, I'd say give this movie a shot. It's not like a lot of the classics. It's more of like a silent film, visual, not like movie kind of thing. But I like the atmosphere of it, and the art style is pretty unique to an extent. And it's like it was a fun watch one night when I decided to watch it. Right here, we have the latest Mamoru Hosoda movie, and I love his movie so much. Mirai. My God, this was pretty good. It's not Wolf Children good, but it's about in the reign of like Summer Wars. I'd say I'd give it at least Summer Wars. I loved it a lot. Good art style, good storyline, music, voice acting. I think it was pretty good. And if you like any of the Mamoru Hosoda movies, whether it be like The Girl Who Loved Through Time or Wolf Children, Summer Wars, The Boy and the Beast, whatever. If you like the Digimon movie even, I'd say give this a shot. It's an interesting story that took some turns that I did not expect when I seen the trailer when they first announced this movie. And I could totally get behind, I love his movies, and I'm looking forward to the next time he does another one, which probably should be within a year or so. But yes, if you like the Mamoru Hosoda movies, definitely give this one a watch. Here we are, speaking of Sailor Moon, part 1 and part 2 of Sailor Stars, which I never got to see before Viz redubbed it. Like I seen Deke back when I lived in my own house, my older house when I was young, like when I first started watching Sailor Moon back in the 90s, and I barely got into the Cloverway dub when I moved out here years ago. Then I just totally didn't get into Sailor Moon until I got back into high school, picked up the series, and then I just realized when I finished Super S that they never dubbed Sailor Stars. And then I just didn't have anything. I didn't have the internet or couldn't find it on YouTube or anything at the time. And then they finally started, Viz is going to redub it. And I waited. I made it a goal of mine when it was announced that Viz was redubbing it, that I was going to wait until they redubbed it so I could watch it all in the new Viz dub English. I finally can say I seen this, and finally, first off, I could say after starting Sailor Moon back when I was like 7 years old, right before I turned 30, a couple weeks ago, I finished the original Sailor Moon, and this is the part 1 and part 2 of Sailor Stars season 5. It was a good series. I liked it. It's not my favorite season. It's not a horrible season. It's not a horrible season. It's a good season. It's a good closure to the series, but definitely not my favorite season. But now that I've finally seen it, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And if you have not watched all of Sailor Moon for some apparent reason, especially if you're a Sailor Moon fan, I would strongly suggest watching it. So there you are. Unless you've already seen it, I have no idea. And the last one I'll do for part 1, and I don't know this movie whatsoever. I got it. It was like on sale at Best Buy. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. The art style looks nice. The story actually sounds pretty good. But I sometimes, not for video games or for anime or for whatever, go out on a whim if the story sounds interesting and the art style looks nice, and even if I don't know a single freaking thing about it, Makuya. I'm like, okay, when the promised flower blooms, I give this a shot. If you've seen this before and if you guys have actually watched, just put in the comment section below, what do you think of it? Because I don't know a single freaking thing about this except for what I read on the box. Have yet to watch it. It's in my playlist to watch very soon, probably within a week or two. Very recently I got it, I think like a month or so ago, or end of last year, I forgot now. I'm looking forward to watching this. It looks good, and I'm looking forward to watching it. And that's it for part 1. Hope you guys liked it. Put in the comment section what you guys think. What do you guys think about the ones I talked about specifically in this container? Put in the comment section below. Do you guys own any of these? Would you want to? Do you guys want to watch any of them? And what you suggest to me for me to watch out of just these alone in my collection? My name is Snipers Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. And when I come back for part 2, we're gonna start on this container, and as you can see, we're going to be starting with some Sailor Moon again. That's Super S right there. See you all in part 2 and in future parts of this series. Bye.